Hi everyone, it's Mama Bird, and the bird family recently got back from our mountain adventure. Today, I wanted to share one of our favorite mornings while we were in Pigeon Forge, which started with breakfast at Sunliner Diner. And honestly, we're still talking about it. Out of all the breakfast spots we tried on this trip, this one easily became our top pick. Between the atmosphere, the food, and how well it worked for our whole family, it really hit all the right notes. From the moment we walked in, the theming completely won us over. Sunliner Diner fully embraces a classic 1950s diner vibe, and it's done really well. The decor, the music, and even the menus are part of the experience. The menus are designed like old newspapers, which felt like a fun and thoughtful detail and immediately set the tone. The staff were dressed in that classic 1950s diner vibe, and the music playing throughout the whole diner set a nice tone. Walking up, Sister Bird automatically mentioned how she loved the music playing. Great touch. And yes, they even have car themed tables. Little brother was definitely jealous that he didn't arrive early enough to snag one of those. When I think of classic 1950s diners, the first thing that comes to mind is milkshakes. And Sunliner Diner definitely delivers. They have a full milkshake bar, which immediately had me talking about coming back for an iconic milkshake and fries lunch. Maybe we'll even throw in a cheeseburger. And some people clearly felt the same way. Breakfast time didn't stop them. The milkshake bar was hopping, and honestly, I respect that level of commitment. It really helped the whole place feel like stepping back in time. Well, except for milkshakes at breakfast, but still. I decided to ask our server for his recommendation and went with the very first thing that came to his mind, which told me he probably really liked it. That recommendation was the meat lover's omelet. It was very good and definitely meaty, which might be a strange thing to complain about. In hindsight, I probably would have preferred something with a few veggies mixed in. Papa Bird was quick to point out that I asked a young man for his recommendation, so of course it was going to be protein heavy. That one might be a little on me. Lesson learned, but it was still an excellent omelet. The hash browns were just okay, so next time I might try the grits instead. But the biscuit, absolutely amazing. Fluffy, buttery, and easily one of the best parts of the meal. Overall, it was a very hearty and satisfying breakfast. I wasn't hungry again until mid afternoon, so our server clearly knew how to keep you full. Papa Bird ordered the Western omelet, which I personally liked even better thanks to the added veggies, and Big Brother agreed after sampling both omelets. The kids all had great experiences with their meals. Big Brother ordered the berry stack waffles and loved them. They came with honey instead of syrup, and while syrup didn't arrive right away, it was brought out immediately once we asked. Great service. Sister ordered the kids' pancake breakfast and was thrilled. She rated it a 9 out of 10, proudly pointing out that the pancake was as big as her head. While chatting with the manager, we learned that the adult pancakes are as big as the breakfast plates, and you get 3 of them. Little brother ordered the kids' French toast and gave it an 8 out of 8 because his rating system always has to be unique. A few other server recommended dishes caught our attention for future visits, including the avocado benedict, the big daddy-o breakfast, and steak and eggs. Between the breakfast and lunch options, there's definitely a lot left to try, which means future visits are already being planned. Now, we arrived around 8:30 in the morning and the diner was still fairly empty at that point. By the time we left, it was about half full and continuing to fill up quickly. Later that day, though, when we drove by around lunchtime, there was a line out the door. The gift shop was empty when we finished eating, but by the time the kids ran to the restroom and came back out, it was already pretty full. Timing definitely matters here, and it gets busier as the day goes on. The gift shop stayed true to the 1950s theme and had a lot of fun items to browse. And of course, little brother found a new car to add to his growing collection. Overall, we highly recommend Sunliner Diner. Between the incredible theming, friendly and enthusiastic staff, and filling, flavorful food, it easily earned its place as our favorite breakfast spot of the trip. We'll absolutely be going back the next time we're in the area. And next time, we might just stop in for lunch so we can finally try those milkshakes and fries. If you're planning a family trip to Pigeon Forge and looking for a breakfast spot that's fun, filling, and memorable, this one is definitely worth checking out. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to follow along with Mama Bird Adventures for more family travel, food stops, and real life tips. After all, we're birds of a feather that travel together.